Alright, we have money, but what about character? What's up guys, Alphonse here, and here we are to do a breakdown / live reaction and review to chapter 241 of Lako, which is known as Takuan and Natsu. I'm not even sure if I said those right. I'm also not sure about a lot of things in life though, so let's not waste any more time and let's hop right into it. Editing me, ready, 3, 2, 1, go. What's up guys, Alphonse here. Fun fact, I have it on me, and I keep it on me at all times. And another fun fact, this is Piglock, aka Shock Golly Gee Willikers, fellas. It's peak every week, so you know your boy had to. It's simply a law of nature, a necessity, a facility, a natural course of events, of life itself. It's peak every single week, unless the P-draw is required. And honestly, this opening page alone seems peak in of itself. But there's obviously a whole bunch of chapter to cover. There's obviously more things for me to cover. So let's not waste any more time and let's actually hop right into the chapter. Let me see. I'm nearsighted. Fun fact. The reason you rarely ever see me wear my glasses in videos, if ever, unless it's for literally a joke, is because I'm nearsighted. And thusly, reading close should not be a problem for me. This text is tiny though, so don't mind me as I breathe very heavily into the camera and or yank my computer close to me because I cannot read that tiny text. Okay. Match 7 and 8 of the Neo-Egotist League. Matchups are now set. That sounds so wrong. Matches 7 and 8 of the Neo-Egotist League. Matchups are now set. Something about that feels wrong. I feel like games 7 and 8 would have been better there, instead of using matches back to back twice. Though admittedly, I'm terrible at that. If you listen to any of my scripted videos, if you hear me speak in general, and if you especially read any of my professional work that I ever did for school or anything outside of school, I repeat words. Oh, sweet mother of mercy. I swear I can speak English. I repeat words a lot. Like an embarrassing amount. Within the same sentence. I've used the on numerous occasions intentionally. I'm a terrible human being when it comes to stuff like that. So realistically, this is definitely the pot calling the kettle black. But hey, give me a pass. Come on now, you know me. You get the idea. Most people don't get the idea. That's why I was never really good in English. But with that being the case, the matches 7 and 8 of the Neo-Egotist League are set up. Although BM is sitting this round of matches out. What? Oh, sparks fly as the egotists from the remaining 4 teams clash against one another. So we got match 7, Barcha with Bachila versus France and Rin. I hope, a lot of people are hoping, and it's nice to meet you, people. A lot of people are hoping this match is a Shido match. I don't expect us to see much of it. Once again, if I were to be ranking characters in their general narrative scheme of importance, Shido's like a C tier. I know that sounds so crazy considering he was a major arc antagonist. He's the main antagonist or the secondary main antagonist, maybe tertiary. It depends. I guess Aiku or Sei would be the primary, and then the latter of those two would be the secondary. And then Shido doesn't even become a factor in the match until the second half, where he does score 2 whole goals, right? So it's not a small amount, but Shido, despite his major importance with the narrative as an obstacle for the rest of Blue Lock, I still think if you were to put people on narrative scales, Shido would be about a C tier. Solid C tier. Not introduced until very late into the narrative. Relative screen time in comparison to someone like Rin, not too crazy overall, but obviously Rin isn't even the deuteragonist. Bachira, despite how long it's been since we've seen him, or at least seen him for an extended period of time. It's been since the Barcha game, since we've had him for more than a chapter here to there. He is more important of a character. I'd say he's a solid A tier. Then I put characters like Chigiri and Baro and Kunigami and a solid B tier, and talking overall narrative importance. I'm not talking about how much I like the characters. And then I put Shido in a C tier. But a lot of people, me being people, are hoping that this game, Barcha versus PXG, is a Shido game, so Shido can get his value up before the next game. Because admittedly, one of the biggest narratives we're looking to push, or at least a lot of people are excited to see and hoping we get in the PXG game, is obviously gonna have to be Kunigami versus Shido, the rematch of the fallen hero versus the angel, well, no, the demon that rose from below. Like, obviously a lot of people are hyped for that, and with Shido not even getting a panel since, like, was it the end of the first game? I think because it was when the salaries first came out. It was when the salaries first came out. We got that panel about him talking about meat. Because of course Shido's talking about meat. But outside of that, I don't think we've gotten a Shido panel. That's like over a year ago at this point. Because it's pre the Manshine match. I think that's the last time we've seen it. Or maybe it's the Manshine match money reveals? I think it is. We got a full Shido panel of him playing at the end of the Bartra match when the plot twist on the Elitist League is revealed. And then you have what happens afterwards, which is him marveling about how much meat he can eat with 20 mil. Yeah, because the boost he gets from the recent game, we don't even think we get much fanfare for him not changing all too much in the second game. Because I don't think PXG played in the second round of matches. So, a lot of people are hoping that this is a Shido game. Sure, Rin is being shown here. But, like, I'll get to who else is being shown in a little bit and why I think this is kind of a fake out. But I hope this is another Rin stomp. I want Shido to get some sort of hype. Because there's a lot of people, maybe even I'm being people in that, a lot of people are worried that Shido's kind of been power crept. Because obviously, a lot of the Neo Egotist League Blue Lockers have gotten massive amps. Even just strictly the strikers. Like, obviously, if you go overall, people like Kagamaru got great feats. People like not Bar's a striker. People like Nico and Aiku got great feats. Even characters like Otoya technically got a buff. Though admittedly, you could argue it's a debuff, considering he's just now a midfielder. But especially when you throw in the strikers, like Bachira got a massive buff, reincorporating the monster, even if it is a step backwards. Rin's got a massive buff, basically being able to flicker on and off a either exact same Destroyer Ego or an Evolved Destroyer Ego, which is obviously going to go crazy. Chigiri has the perfect goal formula now and has re-amped their speed, so they're pretty much untouchable. They're guaranteed one goal in a match. Baro has obviously got the whole team working for him, but even then, it seems like he's improved himself as a striker. He has a larger range, a more powerful shot, and even better ball control, like all that. Isagi amps the character, meta vision, lefty shot, team control, all that. Rayo, complete chameleon buff, being able to completely copy Sei and or Rin. However, how effective that is really comes down to what you think. The only character who I could argue that Shido has not been clipped by is Nagi. Because Nagi's fallen off. But that's not per Nagi's character. I forgot to fill you with water. This is going to be a 10-minute live reaction, y'all. I do not have much water in that. No, I'm kidding. But essentially, there's a lot that's going to be going into that match. And I'm talking about PXG versus BM. So I'm hoping PXG versus Barch. Because we know Bachira's going to lose, right? No one, I swear. There better not be a single one of you. I kid when I say this. But I swear. If a single one of you Bachira fans suddenly gets delusional enough to believe that Bachira, of all characters, is going to beat PXG, I want you to do yourself a favor. Go find the nearest mirror. Look at yourself long and hard. And tell me how many brain cells you have left. Because a person with only half of one, I know you're going to listen even more than me. Because, yeah, obviously Bachira's not going to win. So, if anything, let this be just a hype match for Shido. Please. I'm begging. Especially since Rin seems super disinterested in this match. But he's been super disinterested in anything that's not, like, Isagi and Sei related. So, he'd be like doing a bit like that. The next major matchup, this is the big thing that had the Nagi fans up in a tizzy. And I don't blame y'all. Obviously, this is another poor sighting for your mans. But England, Manshine City being represented by Chigiri instead of Nagi, when Nagi was the man the team was literally built around, is embarrassing. Wholeheartedly embarrassing. Now, obviously, this is just mainly a marketing thing, and I do have to chalk this one up a bit to recency bias. Obviously, the team is still likely mostly built around Nagi, and Chigiri is much more of a solo player. He kind of, outside of the defenders and the goalie, he doesn't really use Manshine as a team that much on his own. He doesn't even pass. Remember, we don't know about the circumstances for his PXG goal, but we know at least for the circumstances of the BM goal, he got the ball and he scored. He ain't passed that bad boy once. So he's really, I wouldn't say he's very emblematic of England. He's just going to be a good player no matter where you put him. And I think Nagi ultimately is going to have something. A lot of people are assuming, considering he's going up against Italy, Ubers, and Barlow, Nagi's going to have a sort of reawakening, especially after his conversation with Rin on like, hey, dude, how do you do this? This is very, very difficult. How are you like even caring anymore? This is kind of whack. I'll be real with you. And Rin is just like, dude, just be better. Just get a new motivation, bro. Just level up. Just don't be trash. Essentially, a lot of people are hoping that Baro, a character, if you read the Nagi side manga, which, do you guys really want me to review that? I've seen a comment here and there. Let me know if you guys want me to actually, like, live react to the rest of the Nagi manga. I thought it was going to end. I thought it was going to end. But it is just keep going. So, I could do that. Like, if you guys want me to, whenever a new chapter drops. There's not too many. I think there's only, like, 12 chapters out. I may, like, do that in, like, one big old binge. I'll just catch up, and then from that point on, it'll be, like, a 3-hour video, though, if I do it all in one. Though, admittedly, that would be not full breakdown pencil. That would just be me, like, reading through to make sure I get all the content. But I know a big thing in the side manga is that Baro and Nagi, their matchup in first selection is a lot more intense, and, like, Nagi even has, like, a pseudo-awakening against Baro. So a lot of Nagi fans are hoping that the Nagi gets that comeback, he gets that reawakening of sorts against Baro, since Baro's a person who caused a awakening in Nagi earlier in the manga. And obviously, if there's any two that have an antagonistic rivalry near to the level of Rin and Isagi, it is going to be Baro and Nagi. So, I hope for y'all Nagi fans out there, heck, I'm a Nagi fan too. I've been clowning on the man consistently. I've been talking about his fall off. I was agreeing with Ego when that first came out. There's been a hefty amount of Nagi slander coming from me for a while now. But trust me, I still do love the character pre that goal. And the goal itself, I think, is pretty cool. So, I hope you're right. As much as I love Chigiri, as much as I think Chigiri is pretty solidly a top 5 striker now, like, he kind of has to be. What's the competition? It's like, Baro, Isagi, Rin, Shido needs some Neo-Egotist League feats. I guess maybe Kunigami. But maybe. They're tied right now in terms of overall match value. Rayo doesn't count anymore. He's not trying to be a striker. It kind of like Shigiri's kind of in top 5 by default. Like there's not really too many options. I'd say he's better than Yuki Maya. He has more goals against defensively solid enough teams. Once again, against Ubers, if Shigiri gets another goal against Ubers, he's locked. He may be like, nah, top 3 is a little bit too high. He may be top 4 locked in if he gets another goal against Ubers of all teams, with Lorenzo, with Nico, with Aiku, with Ryu. If he manages to solo stomp through them again, we may have to talk about Chigiri in top 4. Maybe even top 3, if no one else gets more feats. But then again, nah, Baro. Even if Baro, but then again, who's more impressive? Is it more impressive to solo stomp a team on your own with your own physical attributes, or is it more impressive to be fed? Well, you still need skill to be fed, don't get me wrong. Like look at Isagi, but I don't know. That's an interesting one. But I am hoping for the Nagi comeback. Ironically enough, these two characters right here, sandwiched in the middle, I'm hoping that they aren't actually the main players in these upcoming games. I'm hoping it's gonna be Shido for France, and I'm hoping it has to be Nagi for England, so we can get Nagi back and relevant before we get into the U20 arc. Because I think, like, Nagi's probably still a lock in, unless he plays, like, absolute garbage for the last game. I highly doubt they're going to kick Nagi out of the top spot, or at least the top 23. Like, I highly doubt we're going to run into 23 better blue lockers than Nagi. But even still, I hope he gets a little something. A little something. Maybe even if it's just an assist, I take that. Because I do want Nagi to have some sort of character thing going into the U20. I don't want to continue him on the downfall arc into the U20, because then we aren't going to see him for forever, because we're already going to have so many other characters to focus on. Remember, we're in quote-unquote 4th selection right now with the Neo-Egotist League, and we already have a bunch of characters who are like perfectly power crept enough for the main starting 11, and we'll even have subs. These 4 already right here on the screen, from Bachira to Rin to Chigiri to Baro, are all locks as starters. Maybe you have Baro as a substitute to play the Joker role again, but I think people will be ready for that. So Baro may be a starter, just because of how good he is, regardless of the fact that he gets fed consistently. He's still capable of doing things on his own. He could be dangerous. Chigiri's a natural lock-in. He was a starter already. Rin, another natural lock-in. He was a starter already. But you're another natural lock-in. He was a starter already. Then you're going to have Isagi. No doubt about that. Hirona and that's a whole separate... You know, I'll do my own U20 team video soon enough. So we'll get further into the chapter than the first page. My apologies. All right. Germany Stratum Trading Field. Looks like we're the ones sitting out for this round. While the other teams battle each other, we use the time to train and level up. Our max? This pencil guy cannot read. What happened? Wait. Lights! Kingdom Hearts! Why'd you abandon me? Are you okay? Sorry, that jump scared me. Are you good? Are you good? Are you gonna... Okay. Sorry, that confused me. Our final match is against PXG. After that, the new Egotist League will end. Yep. Exactly. This is it. Because remember, the U20, I keep saying this. A lot of people, maybe I'm just wrong. I need to reread those early chapters. But I swear the new Egotist League is not leading into a club arc. I keep seeing those comments pop up in my own videos, both on here and on TikTok and even on Reddit. Like, I see it. Admittedly, I'm not too active in the Reddit. I don't ever comment over there, but I do be reading it. A lot of people are very, very confident that a club arc is going to happen after this. And I don't see it. I don't see it in the cards. Would I be mad if it happened? No. But the U20 starts right after the Neo Egotist League ends. So what, are they going to sit out? And especially since the U20, as I've now been confirmed, thank you for the commenter who explained that to me. I know that once again, you guys not really that big of a football fan in terms of like consistently knowing the rules and the metas and stuff like that. I didn't know U20 was specifically nation exclusive. So Say has to play. He literally has to play for Blue Lock. If he wants to play at all. He may sit it out, but I highly doubt that. He was born in Japan. So, like, he's probably a lock, too. We may have a Sei and Hiyori, or maybe Hiyori as a secondary Sei in terms of, like, midfielders. So, I don't think Japan's going to sit it out. I think we're going to see it. But that's me. Let's see. The match against PXG is our last chance to show our worth. Hiyori, you're good. You're good. I mean, unless you do nothing. But even then, we've seen PXG people do nothing. And they sort of kind of sneak their way in there. But I think Hiyori's good. He's pretty much on lock. Because why wouldn't he be? Wait. He's right. Ikaguri, I need you to stay off the field, bro. I need you to stay off the field, broski. Just the look of his face here made me remember. If he doesn't make the top 23, he's cooked. Can I name 23 players that deserve to be in the Blue Lock U20 selection other than Ikaguri? I'm going to need to use my fingers to count this one because my brain will not remember. Isagi, Rin, Bachira, Baro. Bachira, Rin, Baro, Chigiri, Reo, Hiyori, Corona, Yukimaya. Who am I missing? Gagamaru, naturally. He has to be the goalkeeper. Aiku. That's 11. I'm counting with my toes right now. I'm not kidding. Like, I clenched up by a big toe on my left foot. Other teams. Nico, he's got value. Aryu probably still has value. That's 13. Think. Hold on. I got 10 more. I got to name 10 more who are valid enough. Otoya, he's been doing good with Bachira, and that's good enough. Zantetsu may pop. Well, no, we'll do Shido. We'll do Shido first for 15. Then Karasu, the natural lock in. There's no way we're not getting any Karasu lore. That's 16. Who else? I need. How many more do I need? I need 7 more. 7 more. Don't tell me I'm going to run out of 7 people. No. Jin's going to get playtime. He's confirmed to get playtime this next game against PXG. So he's a lock-in for 17. 17. I need 6 more. Please, give me 6 more. Please, brain. I need you to work. Please, the Jimmy Neutron inside me. I need it to work. I need 6 more players. There's got to be 6 more players. I'm not gonna think of them right now, but there's currently 23. There are 23 people with value. Oh, Raichi. Raichi's right here. Raichi's right here. So that's 18. And then that's all I got. I can't think of any. Oh, Nagi, 19. Nagi, 19. And then 4 more. There are probably 4 more players. So, Ikaguri, I need you to get kicked out of Blue Lock, broski. If this is how Kandashiro Sensei waited to do it, to literally ban him because he's literally so trash, he never even got on the field once. Let's see. Why is my value lower than Hiyori's? I'm not mad at all, though. It's true. That's true. You know, like, it's like, I don't know. I've had this feeling before. I got a lower grade than the smart kid, but I still got an A. They got 100. I got a 95. Ugh. you know, I'm mad that I didn't get the top spot, but you know, your boy still got an A+ in the class. Like that. That's the kind of feeling that Raichi's on right now, but like with way higher stakes. Like, imagine if the threshold to get into a college was getting like a 1400 on the SAT, and you got a 1410. Well, someone else got a 1600. Sure, someone else got a 1600. They're crazy. They probably got higher levels. They have more options open to them. But hey, college I was trying to get into, and then you're 1400. I got 1410. We chilling. But let's see. Despite what you're saying, you look oddly satisfied with yourself. He literally says he's not mad, Hiyori. If you don't shut up. No, I'm kidding. Hiyori's such a mixed character. Like, I do like Hiyori's character and the development that he goes through within the Uber's game. And obviously, I think he has wiggled his way into my top 10, if not top 8, if not top 7, if not top 5, if I think about it too hard. But he's a character that consistently bounces back and forth with me. He's a character. Who's that character from the other series? I always forget this character's name until I actually read that series, and it happens again. A character who I consistently flip-flop on. What's their name? What is their name? It's in Four Knights. It's in Four Knights. The character's Kion. Kion from Four Knights of the Apocalypse. I very consistently flip back and forth on how I feel about that character, because it feels like the mangaka writes them differently every single time. Nakaba and Kaneshiro Sensei consistently write Hiyori and or Kaya, and as they're great, interesting characters with a lot of nuance and backstory, and sometimes they just write them stupid. It's a little bit stupid. Like, he literally says he's not mad, Hiyori. Of course, he looks oddly satisfied, because he's satisfied. Let's see. Dude can't hide the fact that he's super hyped he got an offer. I mean, that's right, Shark Boy. You know it. You know it. I mean, you gotta think about it, right? Even getting an offer alone is better than being one of the many people who's got nothing. Nothing. We haven't seen all the U20 defenders even. No, they're like other U20 players from the old U20 on BM that haven't gotten playtime. Get an offer? 18 milli? Even if it's not necessarily that much. 18 milli? Who cares if he saw you got 150 mil? 18 milli is a nice bet of bands if you ask me. So I understand why Raichi's feeling it. And obviously he's liable to play in the U20. That's the main thing, right? Because ultimately this still is... I had to shrink down a little bit. Ultimately this still is a tryout. It is forced selection for all intents and purposes. But shout out to my son. My son is doing just fine. But seriously, Hiyori-kun, your assistant Isagi was absolutely sick. Did something happen? Did you? Well, I guess he didn't. I guess. And I love how Yukimai's low-key flexing. He's like, oh, look at these children. Look at little Raichi playing around with half my value. No blindness fixing off. Look at Hiyori playing with 16 mil less than me. Oh, look at how adorable they are. But I guess, yeah, he wouldn't have noticed in the moment because he was playing so actively that he didn't even consider the fact that Hiyori kind of had a midlife crisis live on the field. Kinda. I finally bought into the Blue Lock mentality, let's say. I want to produce the world's strongest striker. I want to play football alongside players who can understand my passes. So yeah, he is literally say-like. In the grand scheme of things, I'm not sure how I feel about that. I'm really not sure how I feel about that. I mean, it's cool. It's nice to get Sei's journey without getting Sei's journey. But I feel like once we get Sei backstory, because it has to happen, there's no way we're never getting proper evaluation and explanation on Sei's backstory. There's no way. Especially if he's going to play for the U20, which I think is going to be a thing, right? I don't think Sei's going to sit out the U20 as one of the new Gen World 11. Presumably him and the rest of his contemporaries are all going to be peppered throughout the U20 arc in order to make sure that we get all of them, because you don't introduce a concept like that, give us 3, and then never have any of them show up again. So, that being the case, him being a Sei light, and we're gonna go into Sei maybe a little bit redundant, but at the same time, you can tell their backstories seem to be fundamentally different. So once again, the only context we have for Sei and his backstory is very loose stuff through Rin's backstory. Versus Sei seemingly growing up in a completely different home based on Rin's lack of complaint about his own parents, and, you know, the whole thing of him getting beaten down in a foreign land versus Hiyori getting beaten down on his own free volition within their own world. Like, there's differences. There's definitely differences. So the only thing with him being Sei light is that we will probably have Sei proper. Like, are you going to go for the knockoff brand of Sei, or are you going to go for the real brand of Sei by the time the U20 rolls around? Most likely the real brand, but then again, there's nothing saying that they can't both be midfielders. right? Like if you assume Sei gets a center attacking midfielding spot, because of course he is. It's a Toshi Sei. No matter how much I agree that he overall seems to be the weakest of the New Gen World 11, just because he kind of doesn't, well, he dominates the U20 Blue Lock. But for the power creep that a lot of Blue Lock has undergone, Sei struggling, I'm putting this in fat quotation marks, Sei fans, please don't slaughter me, struggling at all against the U20 tier Blue Lock members, when you have people like Kaiser and Lorenzo pretty much styling on them consistently. Like, sure, Isagi's able to get in Kaiser's way, and Kaiser's able to get in Isagi's way, but that's very specifically due to external factors. And Lorenzo pretty much, I mean, he got juked by Hiyori and Isagi, two of the characters with some of the highest IQs in the entire series. He also face tanked a Kaiser Impact, the fastest swing in the world. Obviously, Lorenzo is just a different beast. But I may make my own little U20 or New Gen World 11 ranking real quick, while we only have the 3, before the list gets completely filled up in like 5 years from now. Because I think the U20, I think everybody named Mama knows that PXG versus BM is going to last like, what? Uber started this year. Just ended about 2 weeks ago. I think it started around March or February. So PXG, with how much has to be set up in that match, is at best, and I say at best when I say this. Then again, there are going to be breaks in manga production during December because, holidays and stuff like that. I think at best, we're going to get to the end of PXG maybe by like August of next year. Maybe that's even being generous, because PXG is going to be a long match. So I know the U20, we're going to see, by the time we are able to do a proper like top 11 New Gen World 11 ranking, it's going to be like half a decade from now. That's when we'll finally see all of them. But let's see. Ever since I got this mentality, I'll discard any player who's too stupid to understand my passes. Y'all got that? See, the thing is, what Hiyori's saying doesn't match his face at all. Like, well, if I take off the beard and like the little baby mustache I have super baby face. Like, I have crazy baby faces. The main reason I keep the beard as long as I do, and I kind of want to get more beard, but I don't know. Once it gets to this point, same thing with my top hair. They just seem to refuse to grow after that. They're like, okay, we've done enough. Goodbye now, and they refuse to grow anymore. But with that being the case, I do definitely understand the whole babyface thing, but like him saying, I'll discard any player who's too stupid to understand my passes. Y'all got that? Like, at least my voice is deep enough that even when I do, like, say remove the beard and like I speak in my typical register. No, fun fact, my speaking register consistently varies because I keep switching back between like normal regular voice, which is just super deep or low. Like, I don't raise my palate at all when I speak like this, and it sounds rather like this. But then whenever I like articulate normally, I raise my palate just a little bit. It's a natural byproduct of me speaking faster, which I do a lot. So I guess you could argue this is more my natural voice. I at least don't sound as babyface as I look without the beard. But Hiyori, the eyelashes and all, bro, I can't take that seriously. Let's see. Wow, how scary. Just sounded like Itoshi said, oh, so they're even acknowledging it in narrative. Wow. So, okay. So that's, at least that's awareness. That's awareness. That's Kaneshiro Sensei winking at us. He's like, that's the wrong way to wink. That's him being like, don't worry. I see what I did there. So we may actually have to use Hiyori as a Sei substitute if Sei decides not to play. So there's that possibility. I know, right? Despite that cool persona, deep down, this guy's an ultra. I still don't buy that, though. I still don't buy that. I really, an ultra sadist? Can y'all even spell sadist? And you're looking at a guy who can't spell. But can you even spell sadist? What y'all know about that? What y'all know about that? Did y'all find what Ego and Honorary be doing on the side when they ain't got a match going on? Like, what y'all know about that? What y'all know about that? And how is that ultra sadistic? That's literally just optimal. Like, if you cannot coordinate with somebody at their best level, you really shouldn't be working with them. Unless you're memeing. Like, I don't know. Like, whenever me and some of my friends play team games, we mix up the teams no matter how optimal or unoptimal they may be. But if you're going into like a money match or trying to go into a tournament, you need to go with somebody who's got your back, someone who can stand on business with you. So, like, how is that ultra sadistic? Isagi, you don't even work with people. You don't even work with people who can't keep up with you. That's kind of the point. So I don't know. The Ultra Sadist angle, they drag it a little bit too much. I wouldn't say all that. I wouldn't say all that. But let's see. Ultra Sadist. Ultra Sadist. Okay, Corona. Okay, now my son. Young man, don't make me do this thing. Don't make me do this thing. I love you repeating words and stuff like that. Because, you know, I do it. I wonder how often I do it in video, though. Like I was thinking of doing, like, a compilation of, like, Pencil's greatest hits. But then I looked back on how many videos I released this year. And I was like, that would literally take me a year. But I wonder how many times I repeat words. Because in, like, common conversation, I know for a fact I do it pretty often. Like, I know I mix in repeating words for emphasis totally subconsciously. It's not a thing I, like, actively go out of my way to do. It's not like I go, yeah, you hear that? Like, I don't do that. It's super, I cannot force it. It only happens organically, but I don't know how often I do that in videos. No idea. But no, it is a common thing in my own life to do what Corona does and repeat words like that. But usually the words have some modicum of truth behind them. Not just a title that someone decided to throw on themselves. Mr. Ultra Sadist. Okay? But let's see. You're gonna be playing as a playmaker now. Guess that means you're dead as a strike. Hey, now you listen here, young man. Raichi, look me in the eyes, broski. Look me in the eyes. Look me in the eyes. Who's dead as a striker? Who's dead as a striker? What did you play all last game? Who were you supporting all last game? Let me hold on. Let me Jimmy Neutron this. I can't think of 23 players better than Nigaguri just yet, but I can think of this. Yo, Raichi, you were supporting strikers. You did it with a big old grin and you swear and everything too. You said that you were gonna protect those strikers. You know why? Because you're not a striker. So, Raichi, here's the kettle. Mr. Pod, I'm gonna need you to stop calling it black. But let's see. Whatever, you guys. At least I'm not getting roasted over social media like Isagi-kun. For what? For what? Huh? Why? Here's some comments from our match against Ubers. Isagi Yoichi is the future of BM. How is that being roasted? How is that? Admittedly, though, you're looking at an older fella. So I don't be using terminology correctly all the time. I forget. There's something that one of my younger cousins said, and I try to, like, work it into my regular, like, dialect, and they're like, Cousin Pencil, you're using that very, very wrong. And I was like, my fault. And I proceeded to use it wrong again. I don't know. I forget what word it was, though, because that was a while ago. So, like, I don't fully understand concepts of the modern tongue myself. Heck, even words I consistently, like, I'm not sure if I use glazing correctly. I know I've been called a glazer and a yapper. I presume to understand what both of those things mean, but I've been wrong before. So I wouldn't be shocked if I messed up again. Let's see. I don't know how this is a roast. BM's best future front line is Isagi Yoichi and Michael Kaiser as a top 2 tandem. Even though they're still mature and constantly... Okay, there we go. Even though they're still mature and constantly fighting each other and getting in each other's way. If those two manage to sync up with each other, they can potentially become the most lethal striker duo in the world. And ironically, it's true. I do think Rin probably works overall better. If Rin gets Metavision. If he develops Metavision, he's just a better Isagi. If he develops Metavision to a fraction of what Isagi has, with Rin's better overall specs, I think he can be just as lethal as Isagi. You put him up there with Kaiser, you give him a Sei right behind him, or you give him a Hyori right behind him and a Sei right behind him, or Ness even, because Ness is still good. He's just been bullied. So you give him that monstrous duo. But specifically for BM in particular, yeah. If Isagi and Kaiser work together, which I think is going to be the theme, I think it's going to be, once again, I've been pushing this narrative ever since I started reviewing Blue Lock. The 4-game arc of the Neo Ignis League is Kaiser and Isagi stop getting in each other's nerves and work together to overcome the greater foe, and the greater foe is going to be PXG. So I think this is kind of digi-destined to happen. I think, unfortunately, Isagimon is going to have to evolve into Isagi Kaimon in order to overcome the monster that is Runamon. So I say this as a person who hasn't watched a single episode of Digimon. Does it have a game? I haven't played a single game either. The only references to Digimon that I get are like minor things that are mentioned by other content creators. And I can't even remember what things are. I think like Digimon Digital Frontiers. That's the only thing I know. And I haven't even watched an episode of that. I've watched more episodes of Yu-Gi-Oh! Because I remember some from the original series. I remember a little bit of Yu-Gi-Oh! Zexal. That's about all I got. So, but once again, how's that roasting? I get they're still mature and constantly fighting and kicking each other's way. That's true. You can just watch the games and see that. But that's some W glaze right there. Once again, do I even use W and L right? I don't know. I'm having an existential crisis on how old I am now. But with that being the case, they can potentially become the most lethal striker duo in the world. Yeah. I agree. How is that a roast, though? And Isagi, why do you look so mad? I mean, it's true, bro. No way! Absolutely no way! Really? Like, Isagi, well, I get it. But here's the thing, Isagi, they're not... I get it. I swear, my own room keeps jump scaring me whenever I record. This never happens. I swear, this never happens off camera. Things never randomly fall, and lights don't ever randomly turn off. I swear, my room is out to jump scare me only when I record. But, Isagi, why are you mad? They're talking about you as a striker duo. Surely, Isagi, you know, I mean, maybe he just wants to be the solo forward. He wants to be the one forward on a team. But Isagi, it's not like they're saying what they were saying after the Manshine game, where like, oh, you know, he'd be a really good midfielder. Like, a lot of the fandom is like, oh yeah, Isagi would be a great midfielder, but he's never going to be a striker. Isagi, they're calling you a striker duo. Dude, presumably on U20, even if you are the captain and you are the leader, since you will most likely, just assuming, based on how the narrative's been going up to this point, and how I think BM low-key needs to go undefeated narratively for Isagi to fulfill the whole hero metric. I made a whole discussion video on Isagi versus Ren and why I think Isagi kind of has to win on multiple different levels. But even with that, bro, you're likely going to be in a dual striker, maybe even tri-striker format. Maybe you'll be the center forward, but you'll probably have a right forward and a left forward too. Because I'm sorry, Ren's still that good, dog. If you're gonna have say, Shido may start with you. He may be another one that's literally just right there because it's too good to not take advantage of. Heck, even just Boro alone is a monster in the beast of himself. You have competitive strikers. Obviously, characters like Bachira can play more midfielder roles, characters like Chigiri, but dude, there are other strikers who are low-key better strikers than you, broski. Even I'll say that. As one of the mightiest Isagi meat munchers this side of the Mississippi, I am more than willing to say that Baro's still a better striker. Ren's still a better striker, broski. Why are you so mad, dog? It's just facts. You're gonna be stuck with them. You're not being the only center forward. As Isagi Glaze, as the Neo Egotist arc has been, as Isagi the Omega Hero Glaze we've been doing, I don't see him going that much farther, broski. You really ain't all that. Just, no, these faces are funny that I see them. Raichi, Yuki, Maya, and Iori. They got a point. You two are so buddy with each other. I mean, yeah. Shut up, Raichi. No way in the heck is that happening. That's so disgusting. I'd rather perish than team up with that monster. Why, though? Like, if he wasn't there at certain points in the Ubers game, you would have lost. Isagi, you need him. Like, at least while you're playing on BM. Dude, he's a necessity. He's an asset. Even when he doesn't want to, you literally use him because he's an asset. Even when he gets in your way, don't get me wrong, or he steals your points and turns you into an assist demon, dog, he's not something to be hated. That's like me getting mad that I have a really good player playing alongside me. Oh no, whenever I want to run duos in Smash, my homies who's really good with half the darn cast is playing with me. I want to be good alone. Dog, Isagi, think a little bit, Mr. Highest IQ in Blue Lock. Don't be mad. Don't knock the hustle. Sure, you can still be number one. You can still want to be better than Kaiser, but don't be mad at wanting to team up with him. He's a necessity, especially if you're going to beat Rin. You know this. You are, like, I do get why they're doing this, because it's Kaiser versus Isagi. This is the main rivalry, and ironically enough, even more than Isagi versus Rin, probably my favorite rivalry that's been established for Isagi in the entire series. But Isagi at this point, in a similar vein to how I feel about Hiyori's flip-flop writing, Isagi's more than smart enough at this point to know better. That, like, Kaiser's an asset and not a liability. Well, he is a liability, but, like, he's more asset than liability. He's more of a positive thing to be used and worked alongside. So him not wanting to work with him at all, presumably just a setup for them they're gonna fumble around. I bet I'll still make a video predicting all of PXG. Give me some time. But let me guess. Isagi and Kaiser are not going to work together at the start of PXG. Yada, yada, yada. Rin's going to score. Maybe Shido's going to score. Yada, yada. Well, no. Suddenly, Kaiser and Isagi realize that, wait a minute, maybe we should stop being stupid and actually work together in order to overcome this. Bada bing, bada boom, they work together. Kaiser gets a goal. Bada bing, bada boom, they work together. Isagi gets a goal. And bada bing, bada boom, they realize they alone aren't enough. And then Kunigami steps in with maybe the support of Jin, and boom, he gets a goal, beating Shido. PXG wins. I presume that's what's going to happen. But come on now, Isagi, be better. Come on, don't be like that. Kaisagi is the trendiest Blue Lock topic right now. I've seen that chip name before. I won't tell you where I've seen it, but I've seen it before. Let's see. You want to hear more? The Neo Egotist League's best couple. Blue Lock is not beating the boy love allegations. BL is not beating the BL allegations. It's just not happening. It's not happening. It's not happening. Someone once asked me, right? Because they know of the channel in general for they know me in real life, and they're like, dude, do you read that Zest Fest of a sports manga? And I was like, I wanted to argue with him. I really did. But like the reason this was brought up is that he was scrolling, and he got a Shido panel from the U20. And it was the panel where he was leaping. It was like a combination of panels. It was like someone had edited all the, Shido panels together, like Shido hopping on Sei, Shido, doing the Shido thing. Like, I couldn't tell him no. This is one of my week rituals, reading and reacting to Smog every week. So yeah. In fact, I do read the Zest Fest. So it's not incorrect. Shut up, Hiyori. Cut it out, you stupid ultras. Yeah, come on now. Let it go. You hate it that much? Nah, it's like that, right? Where he pretends to hate it, but secretly is totally into it. Now, Raichi may have a point. Right? Raichi may be cooking. Raichi may know the truth. Hold on, Raichi. Tell me you like that. See ya. See, like, I don't know. Chrono. Maybe I'm being a little bit too critical of my Shark Boy, no Lava Girl. But that's like, I don't know, at least with me, I always end phrases or end certain sections or like end my speaking part with a repeated word or like a repeated phrase. That's something I know. I've acknowledged that. Like for my speaking patterns, I know I'll end up repeating at the end, because opening up with the repeat kind of gets lost. The emphasis kind of gets lost at the back of the sentence, which kind of defeats the point of re-emphasizing it. So what you typically do is ended at the end of a phrase. Ended at the end of a phrase, of course. W English. But I guess Corona, he does be repeating. I'm going to do some individual training. So see you guys. Corona, what individual training? You're going to go do some stamina training? You're going to go do some warm-up, some stretches? Corona, I swear, if you cramp out earlier on in the next game, I'm going to cry. Let's see. All right. He's got a point. I still need to level up and move up in the rankings. Yeah, okay, Reggie. True, my auction value isn't at a level where I can kick back and relax. Is it? I guess not, legally speaking. If we don't finish in the top 23, all our hard work would have been for nothing. It's true. But, like, a lot of you kind of do require other people. Like, none of you are strikers. None of you have goals to practice on. Like, you all need another person to work with. So individual training gotta be just for like stamina and maybe like aiming or stuff like that. I'm not sure how you're gonna do individual training when all of you are supportive type players. And Raichi, you're specifically like a man marker. You need to be able to man mark. You need a man to mark. Let's see. See ya, Isagi. Jeez, they all just leave. Yeah, see ya. That's right. Just one more match. All of us have our own goals and objectives. Hey, Isagi, you got... I hate him.
I'm sorry. That isn't what I'm gonna do, Mom. I would give him the Donald Duck voice, but I can't actually do Donald Duck. So you're stuck with this as Ikigori. Hey, Isagi, you got a sec? I suck. My name's Ikigori, and I should have been banned from Blue Lock about a solid, what, run 241? A solid, 239 chapters ago. The moment I was introduced, I was a mistake, and my parents don't love me.
Let's see. Huh? Sure. Ikigori. What's up?
Well, I mean, you know, I haven't played in a match, right? My value is still 0, right?
Hallelujah. 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 Praise be to the heavens above, Igaguri. I want your behind gone, vanished, vacated, annihilated from this plane of existence. Igaguri, I would do it myself if I could contain the ability. Trust me, you are lucky I have not learned to transcend the realms of our realities, or else you would not exist. Well, let's see. Have you ever seen a grown man smile? The thing is, though, I typically smile all the time when I'm speaking, but like, that Moist Critical clip always plays in my own head, because typically I look like this. I'm never actually like mad or annoyed or anything. This is just my resting face. Even then, my eyes are usually never this open. It's usually, I look very neutral most of the time. Neutral, if not negative, most of the time. So I can't pull the Moist, because Moist, I mean, I don't watch much Moist Critical. I only see his clips from time to time. But I get why he does the, you ever seen a grown man smile bit? Because it's like, usually he is mostly like taciturn. But then like, anyways, whenever I smile, it disturbs a lot of you. But I've sort of cleared that hurdle. I can't pull that, which all y'all see me smile all the time. But what do I need to do to survive? Jump. No. Oh wait.
What do I need to do to survive?
Igaguri, go back to the temple. Your parents gotta work for you. That's survival. Go pop a can of something, Igaguri. Be just like Borrow in that alternative future, bro. Go be happy there, where you belong. You waste of space and you piece of I'm sorry. And no, I'm not. I'm not even sorry. It's Igaguri. I ain't sorry. Huh?
I mean, if we can't play the next game, then I'm finished, right? Even though I'm trying my best, I can't catch up to the rest of you guys. I know I gotta force my way into the lineup, but everyone keeps getting bigger and bigger offers. So, do you have any advice for me? I'm begging you. I need some advice from the great Isagi Yuichi's.
Okay. Let's just put the hammer down. Let's just put the hammer down. All right. If you don't hop off his tip and stop doing tricks on it, but regardless, I understand the desperation. There have definitely been points in my life where it's been like, dude, I just don't know what to do. I don't. So, am I really about to do some positive or at least neutral relation to Igaguri of all characters? You know what? First time for everything. I get it. I've been in points in my life where I've been desperately trying to succeed, and I've seen other people succeed around me, and I do not know what to do. Yeah, it's happened numerous times in numerous stages in my life. I mean, you just gotta suck it up and keep it pushing and try harder. I wish there was some mystical, magical way I could, like, sugarcoat it, but no, in every single one of those scenarios, you just try harder. Oh no, my grades aren't good enough. Study more. Try to understand the material better. Oh no, I'm not fast enough to make this respective team. Run harder. Train harder so you are fast enough to get on the 4x1 team. Or, I don't know, if your shoe falls off in the middle of a race, re-challenge the person to the race so you can get on the 4x1 team. That may or may not have happened. That's a story time for another day, though. Oh, you aren't getting as much growth in certain muscle groups. Work out harder. Like Emily, though, your boy's not. We got a little something, but he really, I need to work on my shoulders. They are like non-existent. But like literally, it is kind of just like a work harder thing, Igaguri. But even then, sometimes I understand that. There have been moments where it's like I've wanted to be smarter than certain people. I just couldn't. Sometimes you gotta suck it up and keep it pushing. So Igaguri, life be like that when it be like that, especially when it be like that. That's all the advice I can give you. You suck. All right, let's. Uh-oh. Sorry, man. I got nothing. It's true. Once again, I don't blame Isagi. He's pretty much right. Like, dude, just if you can't figure it out, you can't figure it out, and you've already been doing your best at something, and you can't get any better, then once again, it'd be like that. Would it be like that? Would it be like that? Unfortunately, life just isn't fair. I was taught that lesson at a very young age. I've been told that lesson since an even younger age than when I was taught the lesson by life itself. Life just really ain't fair. We all do our best sometimes, but we all still fall flat in things that we desire. That's just life. So, yeah, I understand why Isagi, especially someone who can't really relate to Igaguri, in the sense that he's receiving extreme success for doing the best he can. Yeah, he has nothing to give him.
Are you kidding me? I got nothing is the best you can come up with? Come on, think! Think! Come on, bro, think!
Cut it out, I'm thinking. But I have nothing concrete to give you. That's why I told you I have nothing. And that's true. As a person who's also very, like, logic-oriented, I know it doesn't seem like it, considering I can barely speak the English language, but I am relatively logic-oriented in life. Whenever people come to me for advice, I always just ask them, what are you doing now? Does it make sense for the goal you're trying to achieve? Yes and or no. If not, do X. Because that will, based on previous empirical evidence, will do better than what you're currently doing. If you already are doing that, I've got nothing for you. What's an example of that? No, one of my friends asked me, dude, how'd you get so good at fighters? Good at fighters, quote unquote. Your boy's trash. Never put me up against anybody. But I was like, I played a lot of like ranked and casual matches online. And obviously I played against the homies a lot. But I'm already doing that. I got nothing for you. I don't know, look up a combo video or two. So like that's all I can give. I understand he's like his point there. I have nothing concrete, so nothing's all I got. Hey, Ikaguri, what's your reason for playing football?
To get out of taking over my family's temple.
Yeah, he's trash. He's garbage. He's booty. He has the same issue Nagi does. Just a shallow goal. But then again, it's the same issue that Rin has, and you see Rin is achieving extreme success.
But that kind of reason, compared to you and the other guys aiming to be the best player in the world, my reason for playing football is inferior. Maybe I need to change my target to become the world's best player?
Isn't your reason enough? No. No. I mean, maybe. I mean, I guess that depends, like, in life. Like, what is your motivation in life? Do you not want to be the best person? Do you not want to be the very best? Like no one ever was. But that's fine. I don't know. I mean, like, I know, like, Eddie Hall's... I forget who's the actual strongest person. I forget who the strongest man is. But, like, he's strong. Very strong. I want to be stronger. I'll never plan to be as strong as him, nor do I ever aspire to be it. Who's the like, Usain Bolt? That's a pretty fast fella. Even back when I was deep in my track delusions, when I believed I could try to become, like, an Olympic-level athlete. I know it wasn't surpassing Usain Bolt. So it's like, I guess reasonable expectations are good and logical enough.
Huh?
Me. Everyone else. Heck, probably most people can only focus on a pursuable, achievable, realistic short-term goals. Achievable, realistic short-term.
Oh, achievable, realistic short-term goals?
Yeah, you can't compare your goals with other people's. Pursuing your own goals to the fullest. That's the foundation of our ego. An ego that is unique only to you. Yeah, I'm not sure about that one. I think the best... I feel like the best... I disagree with what Isagi says here. You can't compare your goals with other people's. What if you have similar goals? Even if you don't, if they're like even in relatively the same field, yeah, you can compare your goals to other people. I'll tell you, tweak yours and get yours better. I don't know. I know a lot of my own personal development has come from seeing other people do things and be like, wait a minute. This seems neat. Like, heck, the reaction video format. I wouldn't have come up with that on my own. I saw other people wanting to post more reaction videos. I was like, wait, I should post reaction videos. And bada bing, bada boom, here I am now. Heck, the whole the anime manga YouTuber thing in general. That wasn't an original thing. If you can go back to Pencil 10 years ago, and yeah, I was into anime and manga at that point. But you could ask, hey, you ever want to be an anime manga YouTuber? And I'd be like, no. But I saw other people do. I was like, hey, that's neat, and now I'm here. So like, I don't know about that, Isagi. I don't really know. That when they take over your family's temple is one heck of an ego, Ikaguri. Don't lose hold of it. Yeah, okay. Yeah, whatever. He just wants Ikaguri off his back. I don't blame him.
If you're saying that, I kind of know what to do now.
Huh? But I haven't even told you any suggestions regarding training and stuff, though.
No, I'm good. I'll think about what kind of training works for me.
Whatever's been working for you clearly has been to Ikaguri, so I hope you fail.
Thanks, Ikaguri. No, I have no idea what that says, nor am I going to read it.
Isagi's like, finally, you're getting off my back.
To be honest, when we met before the survival game tag, I never thought you'd become a player worth 100 million.
He's more than worth 100 million. Are you illiterate? Can you not read? Can you not hear? It's because you suck? He's 150 million. Really? You know what? I bet this is meant to be the thumbnail image. I'm going to do my darndest to make sure that Igaguri doesn't even come close to the thumbnail. Yes, it is purely out of spite.
You're amazing, Sagi. I admit it. You're darn amazing.
What are you all of a sudden?
I know because we started at the bottom, too. Mr. 300 and 299. I hate to admit it. You're definitely on the path to becoming the best player in the world. Hey, for old time's sake, want some of my taco on?
No way. Unless you want to trade for my Natsu.
I'll pass.
I didn't know I could do Isagi, or at least something close enough to Isagi's voice, while still holding my nose. Can I actually speak normally? Well, no. I flex so hard that my fingers open up the airways again. Yeah, that's whack. Whatever. Who cares about Igaguri? Whack line, boy. I hope he gets no field time. I hope he gets kicked out of Blue Lock still. I don't care. He sucks. I want him gone. As simple as that. Unlike Sendo, who's like flipped the script on me, has been like, Sendo has been like, ignore that. I didn't realize that chord was on there. Sendo's been like, you will respect me. I will keep getting feats until you respect me. You have no choice in the matter, Pencil Man. And just kept reloading and firing off shot after shot after shot. Has maybe put him into okay tiers, despite how much I used to not like him. Igaguri just sucks, and that's never gonna change. Let's see. Boom. Oh, are we watching Kaiser Train? Germany Stratum, Blue Lock Man System Field. That's gotta suck trading for Kaiser though, because like, obviously no regular goalie, even these ones that were like being beat out by early Blue Lock characters, are going to be good enough to like actually deal with Kaiser Impact. It's the fastest, like, unless you can like turn up the difficulty or get like an actual proper goalie in there, like train with Gakamaro or something. Kaiser, you need an actual goalie or something, because that ain't gonna be enough. Oh, but he's sweating, he's dripping, ain't got the man bun up. Okay. I came to the Neo Egotist League to surpass Noel Noah. BM's first team is a squad designed to maximize Noel Noah's strength. With Noah crowned as the world's strongest forward, the chances of me stealing his spot as BM's striker was 100% impossible. That's why I wanted to use this league to secure a bigger offer from another club and force my way out of BM. Which worked. He got the offer from... Oh, but he's still mad because it's an Isagi. It's Isagi sloppy second, so I understand that. My plan to become the best player in the world. I achieved step 1 of my plan. Yep, 320 from Real Madrid. W plan. Yep. Perfect. I have another thumbnail. I now know what's going to be the thumbnail. There's no way in heck I can go home after losing to him. Yeah, I can understand being nettled. I'd be nettled too. Once again, like, obviously, I am nowhere near delusional to believe that Isagi's remotely better than Kaiser. I think Isagi's delusional to believe that he thinks he's better than Kaiser. After winning, after the man was on clamps the entire match by probably the best defender in the entire series, it made the best defender we'll ever see. It's delusional. It's absolutely delusional. But considering a big part of Blue Lock and a very similar vein to Jujutsu Kaisen is that natural insanity, yeah, of course Kaiser wouldn't want to go home after a weak dub. Shoot, I wouldn't. Like, you ever get a consolation prize? Hate is a strong word. I dislike participation trophies because, like, dude, I didn't come here for a participation trophy. I want to win. That's why I never kept those. Like, whenever, on the rare occasion, whenever there were, because Billy back in the track and field days, I was the generation that was like right before those became common. There was like once or twice where we got like, you got 5th place. Here's your fake little medal. I literally threw it away before you even left the meet. A lot of people did. Like, none of us liked the concept of that. We wanted to win, or we just hold it, and we held it. So I understand Kaiser's unbridled fury here. Yeah, I know you can do it, Kaiser. Can he though? Ever since that day, ever since that moment. The size, the girth. As I wallowed in that familiar sense of despair, you showed up and taught me that there's no such thing as impossible. So that's why he rides it. Whoa, long hair Kaiser? W-Mans? Ness, if you don't stop, you get off the ground, bro. The ray of hope amidst all the darkness. Kaiser and Ness's first interaction. A flashback to the beginning of their partnership. Interesting. To be continued in chapter 242, The Blue Rose and the Magician, part 1. Oh, we're getting Kaiser backstory. Or at least Ness backstory. Okay. Wow. So, does that mean Igaguri is going to be the focus? Ew, he better not be the... I swear, if I have to do active Igaguri analysis, you're going to see me hurl live on camera. Any more active Igaguri analysis. But getting the Kaiser and Ness backstory as a prelude to PXG? I mean, that's a nice cooldown, though, before hopping into the next game. Maybe like 2, 3, 4, heck, even 5 chapters of KAINESS backstory. WWW. But we made it to the end of the chapter. So, I hate to do this. But since Igaguri was such a prominent part of this chapter, I'm going to have to retract the word. Nah, you know it's still worthy. Now, here's the thing. Putting aside my deep, passionate bias against Igaguri, my insanely passionate, deep-rooted bias for that waste of space, that disgusting excuse for a character, I still gotta give him due enough credit. I don't want to do it. You know, I really don't want to do it. But I still gotta put a whiff of respect on it. You know, character work is character work. And once again, like I said, even as much as I don't like it, I have related to Igaguri. I've been in those scenarios where I've seen people succeed in ways that I wanted to succeed and I've never been able to because they were better or I just wasn't good enough or I didn't put enough effort. I've been in Igaguri situation. That's a realistic thing that would happen, has happened, and more likely will happen to me later on in life. And thusly, I can respect that even Kaneshiro Sensei is willing to give this joke of a character any sort of character struggle at all. Very, very understandable and nice, even if I don't like it particularly. The Kaisagi shipping, not shipping literally, but like the online gamble about it. Sure, I'm a little bit thrown off by Isagi's lack of willingness for it, considering he should be smarter than that, but I'll take it. You know, it's just funny Isagi stuff. You know, good character interaction. Once again, I love Blue Lock primarily for its characters, so getting all this character interaction between this crew is very, very nice. Obviously, this is a beautiful panel. It's likely the thumbnail. It's like there's so much good stuff in this chapter, even still, from a character level to a future building level to the reveal that we're gonna get some KAINESS backstory. So overall, a very, very W chapter. However, that's what I think. Please what you guys think in the comment section down below. I want to thank you so much for watching. Remember to like, share, comment, and subscribe. And make sure you hit that little notification bell so you do not miss out on any videos that come to the channel. Also I do have a Patreon down below. You so much for as low as $1 no month. Things like exclusive videos, early content, and more. You also now become a member of the channel for as low as $3 a month to get the same perks and more. Some of those perks will include live reactions to a bunch of other chapters. Now, and thank you guys so much for watching once again, and I hope you guys have a wonderful day. This happens to be, just kidding. I bet I faked some of y'all out. I want to see, because this is deep into a Blue Lock reaction. I got super far into the outro. Please leave the Fallen Emperor in the comment section down below if you really made it all the way to the end of this video. Now, I want to thank you guys so much for watching once again, and I hope you guys have a wonderful day. This is Dago the Pencil, writing off. I'd like to give a thank you to our $3 members, Wakana Plays and Red Wolf 4765. I'd like to give a thank you to our $5 patrons, Winter, Victor, Sean, Midnight Gemlord, Kevin, and Demix LND. I'd like to give another thank you to our $7 member, Autumn's Morning Lazo. I'd like to give another scrumdiddlyumptious thank you to our $10 patrons, Robbie Uchiha, Joaquin, and Ida Mokami. I'd like to give another thank you to our $25 member, Alex Ice Rose. I'd like to give one final thank you to our $25 patrons, Igneal and Calvin Elder.